This is the Python file which houses my microservice. I'm going to revisit this later, but for now, I'm going to open up terminal and start up the backend service. So the backend is executing currently. And then this is the terminal window via which I'm going to run the automation script. But before that, I'm going to show the input and output files. So you have input.txt, which I'm going to delete from previous data. So I'm going to make sure that it's empty, which it is right now. And then similarly, um, I'm going to open up output.txt. And that too is now currently empty, so that we start off with a fresh blank slate. And then I'm going to execute the automation script, which is named chrome-auto.py. So some of the automation work is going to go by pretty quickly. I tried to mitigate that by using sleeps and things of that nature, but hopefully you'll be able to see it regardless, and it won't be an issue. So Chrome gets launched, the UI gets loaded, enter a future date, which is currently empty, but now it's populated with January 1st of 2026. Display format is currently in days. However, now it's weeks. And then the submit button is going to get clicked. And then the page alert says the selected date is January 1st of 2026. So the UI, front end UI work is complete. So that triggers the microservice, and then the input.txt is now populated with 010 in 2026 or 2026-0101, which means the input.txt file was written into correctly. And then similarly, output.txt is 22.14 weeks, which means this file also got populated correctly. And the logic behind that is that January 1st of 2026, which is a future date, is 155 days from today's date, which is the time of recording this video. It's July 30th of 2025. So it's 155 days, or equivalently, it's 22.14 weeks if you round it to two decimal places. And similarly, the output is based off of the user selection. So in this case, the front end UI, selection was weeks. However, if the front end UI selection had been days, then 155 days would have been displayed in output.txt. Similarly, if it was months, if the selection was months, then it would be like 5 point something months. So it's based off of whatever the front end UI selection is. And then now I am going to go over the code. So this is the countdown-service.py file, which houses my microservice. And this is the chrome-auto.py file. And this is the countdownscript.js file. So this is the JavaScript portion of the front-end UI. And similarly, this is the HTML portion of the front-end UI.